Hello everybody, Michael O here, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be taking a look at my 2003 Toyota 4Runner and go ahead and give you the rundown of everything that I've done so far to it so you can see where we're at. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so here she is in all her glory. It's a 2003 Toyota 4Runner SR5 with the V6 and two-wheel drive. 4-speed auto transmission. You get the point. When I said it in all her glory, I meant to mention the clear coat fade there. Ignore the tape, the O fell off. Please excuse that. So I had to glue it back on there, and while I'm waiting on the adhesive to cure, I taped it up for some extra reinforcement. Fun times. But anyway, so I'm going to briefly go over this. I have shorts, which I'll link down below, covering the headlights, grille, and LED light bar. But the gist of it here is these are Spec D Tuning, which I bought from Pro Tuning Lab, and I got the HID projector bulbs pre-installed for me, which is brighter than the stock bulbs. Also got an extra wiring harness in there too. I can make a video on that if y'all want. But basically, the halos, there's 3 little LEDs you can kind of see there, and then the orange Raptor lights are all functioning as running lights. That's how I wired them. The grill is from Trail Runner Customs. He's actually local to me, so recommend him, but I went with the grill from them with the 3 Raptor lights, of course. This is a 32-inch curved light bar I got on Amazon. I believe it's 180 watts, 150, 180, 180 I think. It's a nightlight, nothing too fancy. I have the custom fabricated brackets from Cali Raised in there, which was nice because I didn't have to drill into the frame, so that's a plus. I did replace the fog lights and the blinker, but those are completely OEM stock replacements. Let's see here. These are TRD Pro wheels that I got. These are 16-inch glossy black ones, although you really can't tell because they're covered in brake dust. I need to get new tires. My fronts aren't as bad as my back ones, but some all-terrains will probably be on the list pretty soon here. And then I did install a lift kit. The shocks and the springs are both from Dobinsons. Yeah, the Dobinsons lift. Twin tube shock design, if you know anything about that. These are JBA upper control arms. Real nice, heavy duty. I wanted to get a good alignment with this lift. When I put the lift on, I got these as well. So no problems, no complaints so far with those. Real good stuff. And this lift, I mean, I'll show you the back, but it's very similar. Matter of fact, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to show you because it's starting to get dark. You can kind of see this, the red spring there. And then, okay, you can definitely see the shock there. But I did about 1.5 inches back here of lift and 2.5 in the front to kind of level it out. They came lower in the front from the factory, and I didn't really care for that, so here we are. These are upgraded running boards. Now these are more like the stock style from Aries, I don't know how you say that. The grips are better on these than on I had the stock surfboard style ones, and the plastic had gotten so worn and faded that if it rained, good luck not slipping as you stepped on those. So wanted to get more of the tubular sporty style, quote unquote. Plasti dip the badges, take that as you will. Added some door handle covers because I don't like chrome. Let's see, where do I begin in here? Custom switch for the light bar, lights up. Even lights up when you turn like at night whenever you see how my buttons glowed up. I wired that to do the same. Pretty cool. I love that it's a perfect fit. This switch is from CH4x4, in case you were wondering. Let's see, I added this. This is stock on, this came from the factory on some 4Runners, but not mine. There's a 115 volt power inverter. What that means is basically like an outlet you would have in your house, a 2-prong outlet. like that. It's in the center console, which is a mess, so I'm not even going to try and dig that up because it's in the bottom. But yeah, you can, all the wiring's already there. That's actually a pretty simple upgrade you can do. Quality of life, and looks clean, looks factory because all the parts are from the factory. So these steering wheel buttons aren't the feature I was going to mention, but they do still work even on this radio. This is from a 2015 Toyota Yaris, and you can see it's a perfect fit. I don't have the JBL speakers, which was an upgraded sound package. So it took like 2 or 3 harness adapters, and I just had to bolt the bracket. The brackets bolt right up to this from your factory ones. So this is nice. It's got touchscreen, Bluetooth, backup camera I added myself as well. So this is a nice upgrade if you have the stock one and you don't really, I don't really care to have an iPad sticking out the dash. So, hey, there's Bucky. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Bucky is standing in front of my, I should say hanging in front of my Rexing dash camera. I also have the, I don't know if you can see it back there, but the back unit there under my light there. So this is a front and rear system. Been real happy with it. Not the greatest quality, but it's, I'd say top 5. This is I do have a remote start system from 12 Volt Solutions that I added. And so that's the remote receiver for that to pick up on my remotes. I also have a short on that as well that I'll link. This is my phone mount here. A little jank to begin with because I didn't used to have the metal backing that I added behind there. And as you can see, that ate up my plastic because when you screw metal into plastic, it doesn't end too well for the plastic. So yeah, I added the metal backing in there. One day I just decided, you know what, screw it, we're gonna do it. And yeah, this thing ain't going anywhere anymore. So real solid, fully adjustable. If I loosen if I loosen this up, I can't think of the word right now, but also added heated seats. These are not factory. I used to have cloth seats in here, but I found a good deal on some leather ones out of an 05 at a junkyard, so added the leather seats, and for the front two, added my own seat heater kits, and that's wonderful in the wintertime. This right here is the smoker's kit, which I also added. This is also one of those factory upgrades. Came factory on some, but not all. There used to be the cigarette lighter part of this. I just put my dash cam here. And then you also get an extra car socket, one of the circular outlets, so that's nice. Ashtray, not really useful unless you have spare change floating around your car, I guess. Coverlay dash cover, almost forgot about this. This is essential if your dash is cracking. Mine was big time, so looks factory, wouldn't even bat an eye if you didn't know about it. Unless I told you about it. Oh, and the TRD shifter as well, which the leather is kind of peeling on. We'll see how that goes, but nice upgrade nonetheless. I don't think there's much going on back here other than work tools and stuff. Leather seats back here, pristine, I gotta say, considering they were out of the junkyard. Pretty good shape. Good stuff. Let's see here. All of the lights in here, I don't know if you noticed, that is the thing I meant to show you. All of the lights, pretty much inside and out, very few exceptions, are all LEDs. So it's nice, it's simple. These are upgraded OEM plus, I'd say. Not necessarily like a huge upgrade, but they're tinted. They're smoked headlights, tail lights, and I did make it LED blinkers, and this was already LED, but the reverse light as well. And the blinker part is a lot harder to do without getting hyper flash, but I did manage to do that as well. So if y'all want more on that later. And since I'm OCD as all get up, I also had to do the third brake light as well, so that's also been upgraded to LED. And back here, not a whole lot is, too much different. This is kind of my chaos zone because A lot of this is work. The ladder and the hard hat are all for work purposes, because I do drive this around for work, but I don't mind. Old girl's a workhorse, what can I say? Here's a better view of the back unit, if I can get my camera to focus on this here. This is the back part of my dash camera. Fantastic, I guess. I did go ahead and install this net. This is a official Toyota cargo net. Fits nice. Because if you come home from Walmart or something and you throw all your stuff back here that you got, just throughout the course of your driving, whenever you get home or whatever, and you open your lift gate, then all the stuff tends to want to roll back and fall on your feet. So this is a nice solution to that. And then under here I also have a Husky liner as well. This is like a plastic rubber all-weather floor mat for back here, which is nice. And forgot to mention it, excuse me, but I do have these are the Toyota ones, which is a softer rubber, which is a lot easier to get clean. I need to clean these. I need to vacuum in here, but yeah, these are the factory ones, and they're not too pricey. They're soft rubber. They're easy to clean. They do the job. We don't get snow or ice here, so I mean, the thickness, they're a little bit thinner, but I mean, I wouldn't say cheap or anything like that. So they're good enough for mud and rain and whatever. And, I don't think there's too much on this side of the vehicle that's different, that I've changed. Did replace all these seals recently. I'll mention that because these were all falling apart and breaking into pieces. So yeah, I think that about covers it though. Okay, the only other thing I can think of is the exhaust I put on this, which I'll show you and let you listen to it here in just a second in the outro, but it's a Flowmaster 40 series, and I mean, it's a V6 4Runner. It's okay. It's got a little bit more rumble, I guess, to it, but better than straight pipe like I had it before, which is another story for another day. Don't be me. But for now, I'll leave it at that. Let me know down in the comment what you want to see. If you want to see me go back and discuss some of the work I've already done on it, or just want to see the new work that I do for future repairs, mods, etc., what have you. So make sure that in order to do that, you hit the like button, subscribe, and make sure that you hit the bell, so that way you are the first to know whenever fresh new video drops. As always, thank you so much for watching, and make sure that you take care of yourself until the next video, and I'll see you in a little bit.